chop down that's like, PD hoes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Yeah, it's your roof from Tassie, bouncing like a kid at a Bunning sausage sizzle on a Saturday morn. Season 3's lit, laptop lifestyle, dad show, hero makers. Season is born from AI funnels to social selling grit. Now it's hero making time. Strap in, this is it, yo. I've hopped Tokyo's back streets, cop the LA glow, bringing yarns from the road, mate. Watch the wisdom flow from the kitchen bench, hustle to the big global stage. We're handing you the keys, now it's time to turn the page.
Oh, see heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, then spreading across the land.
I'm the pumped up platypus from Sunny Q, way more bounce than a kid who spotted the ice cream van. You see, two was your dad's mate, bringing boom source seed, helping legends step up, take the driver's seat. We're not just here to yab a raw, spin you a line. We're handing you the mic so your voice can shine. From Tassie to Tokyo, Goldie to Perth, hero makers worldwide, lifting leaders of worth.
Jeff Rules got the coffee double shot, mate, I'm wide. They platypus at the pool party, still floating our tide. Jeff from barbecues to boardrooms, we bring the yarns and the tools, helping legends lead strong and break all the rules.
See heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. And this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Grab your brew, your notepad, and your crew. It's the laptop lifestyle dad show. Hero maker season, bringing heroes out of you.
Patty the rule, platypus bringing the tricks.
Hero makers podcast, your daily boom source fix.
And they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land. Heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Oh,
Yo,
there we are.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Dave.
was too busy looking, closing 1,500 tabs on my browsers.
Hey, Dave, I'm curious. Have you ever seen me without a beard?
No, I haven't. I'm sure I haven't. So,
No, I don't think you would have. It'd be
No.
a scary sight to see, I'll tell you that. So much so, I said to the boys last week, I'm going to shave this off. I'm going to do something for a change. And they've gone, no! Especially the youngest, accent.
yeah,
It's funny how we get attached to a perceived perception for people, right?
yeah, exactly. When I first met my missus, had like a goatee and a mo, and but I had a big sort of thing happening, and she goes, "Dude, you just look horrible." So she decided to trim it down and make it look more more prim and proper, I suppose, or whatever you want to call it. But
Less Mikey looking, less bogan looking.
yeah, that's right. Looking, well, she was probably right, because the sticker was all grey anyway, like grey and black, and it was all mixed up, so it was probably a good idea. And then, well, I don't know, a few months ago or whatever, she decided to fucking do.
Talking about getting old, I'm starting to get a bit of salt and pepper going on here, mate.
I gave up worrying about that years ago.
What's that song that they say? You're so vain.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
probably thinking the song is
Exactly.
about you, don't you?
I actually think the reason that the wife got me to get rid of this is because she was the one who was doing all the shaving. See, she was doing all my shaving for me, and she was sick of going in and out and around. So she went bad enough.
It's funny talking about shaving, right? My oldest son, he's only 13, and he started shaving. He's starting to get a bit of a little bit of bum fluff on his top lip. And the teachers come up to him the other day, and they said he needs a shave. He said, "I just shaved yesterday." He said, "What do you mean, ready to shave? There's nothing here." I've got to look. I've gone, I think I need the microscope. I can't see any hair. What drug is this teacher on?
Oh, it's weird how they are at schools these days. Yeah, well, he's now 17, but even when he was, well, he's 14 or whatever when he got here, my other son and the wife's son, and he went to school and that was sort of the first thing they said, well, you need to shave. Oh, well, I'm trying to. I was trying to avoid shaving as long as possible because it's going to be a lifetime chore once you start.
I know, right? That's why I actually grew the beard, because I got sick of shaving.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Harrison's mum says, yeah, Sarah, she said, I said, what? You shave your head? Exactly, right?
Well, that's what I do these days too. Saves me $45 on haircuts. Let's get the missus to get
that's pretty expensive too. Like Sarah got a cut and color and a haircut, back in New Year's, and she needs to go do it again. But it was like something like $250 or something like that, like just for a cut and color and nice and stuff. But yeah, hey, anyway, cost of inflation, right? So, Dave, we were talking about too, the power of our circle of influence before. And I just wanted to, to share some insights in this whole conversation, because in today's world, I find that with the access to the tools we have, right? We continue to keep saying that knowledge is worth $0, but what do people pay for? They pay for community, they pay for wisdom, they pay for experience in this space. But I want to come back to that circle. Who you surround yourself with really has a big impact on your success. Look at our journey for this even just this year. Partnering up with Mr. Michael Silvers and Mary Glorifield and Alana Calhoun on the team as well, and we make a pretty awesome team, and we're doing life together in that space, and it's all service-hearted leadership. That's probably the thing that brings us together. And then you bring in other cool people like Joshua and Brianna and Joseph and Aaron and like our circle has expanded with some amazing people in it, yourself included, and Jade and Sarah, of course, and all that. But yeah, right? Like it is that pinch me moment. It's like, how on earth did we open up these doors? Well, all glory to God for sure. But, we played our part. And, you have been able to really expand your circle of influence through the power of proximity, and so have I. And it's that 1 degrees of separation. Like, do you know through Mary, we're 1 degrees of separation to Tony Robbins? Like,
yeah, crazy, isn't it? And Gene Simmons,
and Gene Simmons and quite a few other people in that space. And Daryl, like, Daryl, what's crack-a-lackin'? Because Daryl's in our circle, through me, through you, through me, and then through Mary, Daryl's only 3 people away from Tony Robbins.
Exactly. Crazy.
I really want to highlight the power of proximity in this conversation, because I don't think people really appreciate this conversation enough. And if you're in a space where, you've got, like, at the end of the day, right, there's 2 types of energy. Let's break it right down and simplify it. There's fear-based energy and there's love-based energy. And so when, like yesterday, I had a fucking pissed off day. I really riled me up.
Was it PWS day?
Yeah, it was PWS day. What did that stand for again? I can't remember what it stands for again.
No, it was PWS or WPS?
There we go. And Sarah said PMS is putting up with men's shit. PWS is putting up with women's shit.
That's right. Yes. There we go. You're on it.
we won't go into the details of the story, because I'm not here to bash anybody or anything like that.
No.
It's just we're human. We get emotional, and I had an emotional reaction. But here's the thing.
Sarah just said there, we become like the 5 people we spend the most time with, and that's 100% true.
Right. Now, I want to paint 2 scenarios. So yesterday, I had an emotional reaction. I got pissed off. And I got to a point where I was, I needed to vent. I needed to have a release. So who do I go to? Well, you go to your inner circle, right? You don't bitch down. You always bitch up, and you praise down. And so I went to Dave. I went to Michael. I got the shit off my chest, and I felt so. Yeah, Sarah did too. That's the thing. We had a laugh. We had the space, and. And when you're doing life with people like that who who respect you, and there's mutual respect. The energy's the same. You're there to do life with each other. You realize that we're human, walking, talking skin bags full of human emotion, and every now and then you just need a punch bag to get it out of your system. But you need those safe space people to be able to do that, right? And so when I taking credit for my jokes, I don't know. Yeah, of course, Sarah. It's
Well,
we're a team effort. I don't know. I get a lot of my best material from my best person, from Sarah.
Go Sarah.
But coming back to this circle of influence conversation, hey Jim, good to see you on the call, mate. It's really important to have safe people around you where you can just go blah. And there's no judgment, there's no condemnation, there's nothing there to hold it against you. There's safe people. That's the thing, right? It needs to be safe people that you have respect and it's mutual. And you do need that safe venting space to go and do the blah. But let's paint another picture, right? And so when I used to work on horse studs back in my early 20s, a little bit immature and young and dumb, but I was always full of gusto. Right for you. That's why I said gusto. Full of gusto in that space. I know exactly where you're going to go with that. The immature Jack would have gone there with you, but I was very immature back then. And my circle was completely different to what it is now. My circle was full of people who like to gossip and like to, bitch and moan about everybody else and just Sarah goes, and you get to the space where your circle sort of will either serve you or feed you. Let me unpack that. The circle I had yesterday, it served me, but it also gave me space to be fed in a healthy way. Yeah. But the energy in the circle in the 20s, was full of basically backstabbing and gossiping and schoolyard bloody bitching politics and all of that sort of stuff. And basically, what they're saying to you about someone else, they'll turn around and say something about you to the other person. And it was a nasty environment to be in. It was a very schoolyard, environment.
You gotta love that. Love that.
The person that I became in that scenario compared to the person I am in this scenario are two totally different people. And it's that energy, fear-based versus love-based, energy really it comes down to. But our circle of influence, Dave, does have a very powerful impact on the way that we show up and the way that we respond versus react and who we need to become in that space, yeah? Have you had similar experiences in that in the past?
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah, I probably can't elaborate too much, but yeah, definitely. If you're with the wrong people, nobody probably. Well, he'll probably know if he hears it, but anyway, life is life. Like when I separated with my ex, and I sort of moved in with one of my best mates, and we'd get in, I'd be having a bad moment, we'd get into that sort of garbage, and you whinging and bitching and moaning and whatnot. But, but then, expanding out on that, when I used to work in some of the, even in construction sites, it's supposed to be full of men and they're full of boys, and, say something to somebody saying it just goes around and around and around. Well, and thankfully now I've got a much better inner circle that I can, quite often be talking to you and have a bit of a whinge and get something off my chest, and then, we calm down, have a laugh, and go from there.
I'm going to bring it back to that principle above the line culture. And so, your culture is what's going to help you to set the tone with the people that you hang around with. But here's the interesting part of this conversation is we get to choose who we hang around with.
Yes,
if people are bringing you below the line, like into that space of blame, excuse, and denial, and you're finding yourself there all the time, it's probably a good thing to step back and go self-evaluate and go, who are you hanging around with the most? The five people that you hang around the most are going to influence this conversation. It's inevitable. You can't avoid it. No. So, the five people you hang around the most are going to help you either step above the line or below the line. It's a choice, really. So that's why I wanted to just have this conversation, just to highlight this choice for people. And the reality is, there's some people that, you know, and I'm going to call it out, with some of the people that we are married to, or we're in doing life with, they may be below the line. And that's
Yes.
okay. That is okay, right? Because that's what they're going through their own journey. And when we're doing partnership in life, there are going to be times when I'm below the line and Sarah's below the line, or we're both below the line. It's the ebbs and flows of life,
It
right?
is, that's for sure.
But here's the responsibility part of it, the ownership part of it, the accountability part of it. We get to choose whether we stay below the line or step up above the line. You know, so
100%.
you know, and I'm grateful that Sarah has always been this person to help raise me up and not pull me back down. But I understand that there are dynamics and relationships that aren't like that. And I want
No.
to be very respectful for that. But here's the thing. You have a choice. You can choose to buy into that conversation and stay stuck in your lot in life and all of that bullshit, because it's just bullshit.
Pretty
But,
much.
or you can go and bring new people into your circle to help you to raise the lid conversation and raise the bar conversation. And you know, here's the thing: what will happen in this is, because you're raising up and stepping above the line, your significant other partner, because you will become a positive influence in their life, you know, they'll
Yeah,
start to increase their bar too. And so
exactly.
you can be that person for other people. You know, you don't need. And so this is about that leadership conversation, right? It starts with you. And,
No,
you know,
definitely.
by all means, I want to put the disclaimer in there. I'm not a marriage or life counselor or any of that sort of stuff. I'm just sharing through my own life experience.
Yeah,
So you
exactly. Yes.
can take it or leave it with a grain of salt, but that's my understanding with this, Dave.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good understanding too, because and I guess the biggest takeaway from me there is, that's right. You've got the choice. You know, I had
Yeah.
a choice to hang around before with people all the time, and they were, well, as far as I'm concerned, were dragging me down. So now, you know, I've changed that. I'm hanging with, you know, awesome people that are positive, raising me up all the time. You know, getting me out of my comfort zone, pushing me to do this, that, and everything else in a good way, obviously. And you know, that there is helping me, you know, grow as a person, but it's also helping me help my family grow as well. As in, you know, I can be a better father, or you know, I can be well, eventually be a better husband. That's a hard one.
And that
You know,
right
it
there,
all comes together.
and that right there is the beautiful byproduct, the ripple effect of this whole conversation. Because I know that this was
100%.
my journey. Like, for those of you who don't know me, like if you're only just getting to know me now in this last little bit of the season and this life I'm in, like
They got to catch up on.
you've got a lot to catch up on. You know, you would not recognize the person who I was 11, 12 years ago. Like
No,
my friend Tim from church, he likes to refer to me as and it's an inside joke, and it's okay because I lean into it as well, because he refers to me as the demoniac, you know, and you know, I was aggressive, so and so, not a very nice person to be.
mm,
And that was because I was really depressed. I was really hurt, and I had some beautiful people who saw past that, saw me for who I was, not for what I was doing and the way I was acting out.
yeah,
And they helped me to once again, they helped me to raise the lid. They helped me to raise the bar. They surrounded me with love. They surrounded me with light. They surrounded me with peace. And that ripple effect and that byproduct of that is what helped me to become the person who I am. And just continually stepping into that space. And this is that hero makers conversation, Dave, is when
exactly.
we get to rise up, we get to help others to rise up, and vice versa. You know, that's what I've been doing for you, and you've been doing for your family and your people around you. And at times you've done it for me. It's a quick go pro, your conversation, right? But
Exactly.
the people that we choose to surround ourselves with are an important part of this conversation, especially when it comes to renewing your mind and restoring your heart, or the other way around, whatever that way that goes. Sometimes my dyslexia gets in there,
I know.
but you know what I mean. It's about raising the
It helps
bar
us
and
think.
stepping up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Got to get out of
So
your head, into your heart, and vice
yeah,
versa.
right.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So,
And this whole conversation is leadership and learning to love ourselves so we can learn to love something bigger than ourselves, i.e., I call it God, and
me
learning
too.
to love our neighbors, like, you know, learning to love Dave, learning to love Sarah, learning to love my boys, learning to love like the person that I had a conversation with yesterday. Learning to love people who piss you off, that's the hard part. But we're called to
That is
love. We're
a
called to
good
love,
challenge.
and that's that part in that conversation. So what did I do? I went and had an event with my business partner or partners, and I got it out of my system, and I got on with the job. We rose the conversation above the line, and we sucked it up, and we get things done. I think my feelings may have been hurt, my pride may have been hurt, my ego may have been hurt in it. I had an emotional reaction, but I owned it, stepped in, and moved on. Right?
You certainly did, brother. You certainly did. But then again, it was a, yeah, we both had our moments with that one.
Oh yeah, right. And this is the thing: learning to love people is hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
So,
Certainly.
anyhow, Dave, we've got some pretty exciting things to talk about before we wrap this call up. So, I want to quickly just bring up this
Like
here.
a little background, so Sarah's standing there giving you a timer, is he? Yeah, hurry up and finish.
Yeah, no, I actually think that's Mr. Michael Silver's message.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I'll put that aside for right now. Yeah, it's a distraction, Mr. Michael. But I want to come to this. So basically here, so I've been asked to speak at another summit, and that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So my friend Joy Nicholson from around Queensland way, she's going to be putting together AI for Families live summit, and so this is happening tomorrow. I believe I'm speaking around 11 a.m. Sydney time tomorrow. So for whatever time conversion that is for you in your part of the world, right now it's 2 p.m. So 3 hours earlier than this time right now. But this starts pretty early in the day. It's about a 4-hour summit. It's all about how AI is going to be serving families. I know that Joy's got a really passionate heart there to help young kids to really embrace AI, but in a powerful way, not in a detrimental way. We've got our friends Haley there speaking as well. Joy will be speaking. Arno will speaking. There's a couple of people that I don't even know of here, which is really awesome.
Alexander.
What do we got? Arno, I know. Joy, we know. That Jeffrey Ross fellow, he's a crazy guy, but we won't worry about him. Haley, yeah, so it's going to be an awesome event, guys. So make sure that you grab your ticket. Let me just grab this link here, and I'll put it in this live for you to make it nice and simple for you.
I was lucky yesterday. I came across your Facebook, and it popped up in front of me.
So go ahead and register for that event. Let me just quickly put that here in our chats here as well, so it's nice and easy for people to find and have to go searching for it. That'll give you some of the details for this event here, and you can get onto the list and make
pretty awesome event. Really?
So that's going to be a pretty awesome event. So that kicks off tomorrow. So yeah, Jim, yep, awesome. I can't wait to actually have you on our podcast and a future event again as well. Some pretty awesome speakers that we're surrounding ourselves with, Dave. It's an awesome day to be alive with all this. The other thing that we want to talk about,
to be alive, brother.
It is. The other thing that we were talking about yesterday, Dave, and something I'm very excited about is we're going to start giving away some of our best training that we've charged thousands of dollars for free. And so I've lost the plot. We're going to do some pretty crazy things here. And I feel like, it's time to disrupt and change and transform the affiliate marketing, network marketing, making money online marketing industry. And so we're going to basically build this hero makers community. The idea here is we're going to give some of the best training away. We'll get some other people as well to do the same thing with our portfolio that we've got, and basically just give training away for free. Because at the end of the day, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to ChatGPT and go to a lot of these resources and probably get this stuff for free anyway. So we're going to basically help we're going to start to change things up. But here's the thing, right? I'm going to be very transparent with you. We're going to build this community up in a massive way. So we build trust and credibility and authority with our community. And there will be back-end offers that we will promote, other people's affiliate offers, mentoring packets, and that sort of thing. So we're going to start, helping people to get access to, some really awesome attraction marketing, social selling, AI mastery type sort of training go back to our roots that we first started, Dave, with, we were doing the free boot camp style sort of stuff and whatnot. And lead by example here and build this Hero Makers community, give other people the opportunity to do the same thing. We build this community together, and let's go serve the aspiring leaders. Let's go serve the heroes in the making. Let's go serve the other hero makers, and let's just go build this in an amazing way. So we're going to start off with teaching people how to do like those little music videos that we've got at the very beginning of ours, and teaching how to do that. So if you want to learn how to master that conversation, you need to be involved in the Hero Makers community. That's where we're going to deliver this training, and make sure that you get involved in that community. If you're not already, let us know. We'll definitely help you to get in there. But there's going to be a lot more awesome sources than that coming down the road too. So we've got the Hero Makers Summit. The next one's coming up on the 18th of November. The topic of that summit is all about rising from resilience. I know Jim's going to be on that summit. Mark's going to be on that summit. Craig, Allison, Alexander. Dave's going to be helping. We might even get Dave's young fella to come on the summit. I don't know. We'll see if he does experience.
He seems a lot coming on. So.
Hey, legend. How are you? There you go. Say g'day to the world.
Hi,
hey, dude. Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. Good.
All right.
He's happy now. He's off running away.
So, Dave, we've got some very exciting things happening, and we've got the Black Friday special about to be launched. And yes. I'm heading to America in 18 days. So it's talking about ramping up for the end of the year. We're not slowing down. We're going to turn the tap on and go even harder and bigger and faster.
Why not? Total disruption.
Why not? There's no time to put the handbrake on. We're just getting momentum. So let's get going.
Yeah, we should give a bit of a teaser too. Are we after we do the music video thing? Are we still probably going to look at doing our funnels and automations and stuff like that? So we'll talk a little bit more of that as it comes down the pipeline. But we're going to be teaching people how to do all of that for sure. I know Freedom Pro Finance Pro just launched an amazing product called Pro GPS, which is going to give people access to funnel builders and website builders and CRMs for pennies on the dollar. So we'll talk more about that as well. Yeah, and yes, America. I was going to say, yeah, America, Team America. You remember that show, Team America? Well, you found that one, but no.
I had a crazy youth. Yes, I grew up watching South Park. I'm guilty.
So no, I must have missed that one. I used to watch a lot of South Park. Late at night.
Yeah. Team America and South Park, and there was a few other ones out. Ren and Stimpy. I'll help you with the accent bash. Hey, Jim, we're going to be down your way in probably around the end of November, beginning of December. We'll have to catch up for a coffee, mate. We'll be going through Florida somewhere along the line. I'm sure we'll be able to drop in and say, "G'day, mate."
G'day, mate. Yes, exactly.
All right, guys. Yeah. I think we've talked about enough BS, enough boom sauce for today, and exactly. Let's do this again tomorrow, Dave, and we'll close out the week.
Yep, Sunday, Friday. Woohoo! Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. If you those of you who are watching and tagging along, please, if you want to ask us questions, this is a really great place to, for us to get into that Q&A space and all that sort of thing. We encourage you to. We would love to be able to answer your questions. If you got a roadblock, a burning question, or something that you need help in the attraction marketing, in the social selling, in the AI space, leadership space, whatever that is, we've got a really awesome network of other leaders that we can tap into. If we don't know the questions, but we would love to be able to help support you on your journey. So please just ask your questions. And yes, Jim, we'll have to take you up on that offer, mate. We'd love to meet you in person. If for anything else, as a marketer, it'll make some for really great content. I can't actually wait to meet you in person. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time. Bye for now.
Bye now.